Today you are going to be working on subtracting decimals. Again, there's a lot of different ways to subtract decimals, but we're going to focus on just one way. Alright, so let's pretend that our problem is 12 and 9/10 minus 4 and 3/10. First we're going to do our estimate to the nearest whole. So if we're looking at 12 and 9/10, then 9 will make that 12 go up to 13. So for our estimate, we're going to start with 13. If we look at 4 and 3/10, the 3 makes the 4 stay the same. So 13 minus 4 will be our estimate, which will give us an answer of 9. Then we're going to go ahead and solve. And just like when we're adding, we have to make sure that our decimal is lined up. So we'll have 12 and 9/10 minus 4 and 3/10. Okay, then we solve like normal. 9 minus 3 is 6. 2 minus 4 you can't do, so you need to borrow. 12 minus 4 becomes 8. Just like before, our decimal comes straight down. So our answer will be 8 and 6/10. Okay, that's pretty close to our estimate, so we know that's probably correct. Alright, 14 and 3/10 minus 7 and 5/10. Then we're going to round to the nearest whole number for our estimate. So 14 and 3/10 is pretty close to 14. 7 and 5/10, the 5 will bump the 7 up to an 8, so our estimate would be 14 minus 8, which will give us an answer of 6. Then we're going to go ahead and solve, and again, when we're solving, our decimals have to be lined up. So 14 and 3/10 minus 7 and 5/10. Okay, now I'm just going to subtract. I cannot do 3 take away 5, so I need to borrow. 3 becomes 13. 13 minus 5 is 8. 3 minus 7 I can't do, so I'm going to make it 13. I have to borrow again. 13 minus 7 is 6. So my answer is 6 and 8/10, which again is pretty close to my estimate. Let's do one more. This one is 8 and 73/100 minus 41/100. So our estimate, 8 and 73/100, it's pretty close to 9. If we're subtracting 14/100, that's actually pretty close to 0. I'll do 9 minus 0 is 9. Then we're going to solve, and again, it's so important that your decimals are lined up, otherwise it won't work. Decimal for 14/100, and then I'm just going to subtract. 3 minus 4 I can't do, so I have to borrow. The 3 becomes a 13. 13 minus 4 is 9. 6 take away 1 is 5. 8 take away 0 is 8. That decimal comes straight down, so my answer is 8 and 59/100, which again is pretty close to our estimate.